Good evening. So this evening, I tried doing this video earlier, but I got interrupted. This evening, I wanted to show you some drawing, some concept art for my new costume. Or well, not so much a costume as a wizard hat. Not so much a wizard hat as a jester's cap and bells. So first, I will show you my original wizard hat. I showed this in my last video, but I'm showing it now just to make it clear that this is very different from the wizard hat I had before. This is more of a traditional wizard hat, right? And the strap that goes around it has come off, and it's got some damage to it. But now I'm trying to go with like a jester's hood as my wizard hat. Now that I'm becoming a red spellcaster of some kind, rather than just a wizard, I'm going to lean more into the fire element as my spellcasting source of energy. So the first drawing, I don't really like it that much. It's all right, but there's a few things like I really don't like. The blue that's in it, I decided against the striped shirt and I changed the pants. But here's the prototype for the Scarlet Flame costume. Right? Not terrible, not great. So I didn't like that. I didn't like a bunch of things about that drawing. So then I made this one. Before I show it to you, I just want you to know it's not necessarily the whole costume that I'm going to wear, just more the kind of poncho-like hood thing, and this one I added like a unique kind of waistband or belt that I would like to wear. So the rest of it's kind of still up in the air as to exactly how it's going to look. But I really just wanted to make sure I drew the hood, because that's the part I'm going to have made custom. And then this little bit here, I might get that made too. I probably will get that made too, because it's like a little utility belt. You can see it's got little pockets on it and straps for holding items. So this is second generation of the what I call it, Scarlet Flame costume. And as you can see, I've even added a magical emblem to it. If you look really close at that, it's actually kind of like one's going up and one's going down. It's like a little comma or apostrophe shape, almost. It's actually a curved line it's actually a curved angle with a pointed angle on top, and then a curved angle with a pointed angle underneath on the opposite end. The one on the right is pointing down, on my right anyway, and the one on the left is pointing up. Yeah, I like this costume. I like this drawing. I'll show it sideways just so to take up the whole screen if you want to turn your screen or something. I don't know. Actually, that probably won't work. So, let's try to get the whole drawing in the shot. There we go. Hold it there for a few seconds so you can pause it if you just want to look at it. So yeah, it's inspired by a type of Dungeons and Dragons homebrew class where the bard can subclass into a jester instead of the regular musical entertainers, which a jester can do music too. So, but yeah, not that I want to be a jester or even that I feel like I'm a fool. I just feel like it's a really fun hat. And in the spirit of fun, it'll make it cool. I was going to go with a slightly different design, but I can no longer find the video I saw that design in. So the bread and butter of this is going to be making the hood really awesome. and making sure those tendril things that hang off are attached just right and in just the right spot. So, yeah. I might have her draw it a couple more times just to get the horns or tendrils or whatever you want to call them just right. So, there is that. See if there's anything else I gotta say before I go. Not much. I covered a lot of stuff in my last video. If there's anything to recover or add to, it's just that, I don't really know exactly where I'm going with everything right now. I think I actually found something out today that would help me, but I can't recall it at the moment. Had something to do with being independent. Oh, I almost remembered it now. Yeah, had something to do with being more inventive and doing things more my own way. Something to do with when you're a child, you have to follow the rules. But that's what it was. But when you're an adult, you make the rules. Yes. See, that is the important part I didn't get yet, and probably the only thing that's holding me back from feeling like I'm fully grown up, like part of me still attached to my childhood. I haven't made my own rules before. Never. I've followed the rules of other people, and then I abandoned those to follow the rules of nature. But I haven't made my own rules. Well, you know what? I shouldn't say never, because I made games. I have made rules for games. I've never made my own rules for my own life. You know? I've always relied on something else to guide me. And it's served me well so far. But I mean, as an adult, I should be making my own rules. That's what autonomy is. I'm grown up. I need to flex my autonomy. I think I'll leave it at that. Maybe a little closing statement if I come up with something before I press the stop button. But autonomy is the most important thing for me. Philosophically and politically, I'm an anarchist. So I believe that you don't own cows, you don't own crops. They own themselves. You just convince yourself that you own them, but really you've enslaved them. I don't believe anyone owns anything except for their own self. And I believe that no one else but you can own your own self. But anarchy is not so much about ownership. Anarchy isn't even about necessarily chaos so much as it's about just not having a leader. Da, 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 da.